Guys, welcome back to the Style and Beauty Doctor on YouTube, and in today's video we are going to be talking about beauty products that I've actually finished, so keep watching. I already do a blog post series on beauty products that I've finished, and I was like, you know what, why not take it to YouTube, you know? And plus, I hadn't already thrown the products like in the garbage yet, because sometimes I hoard these things just so I have a good enough. Well, hoard's probably not the right word. I save them because I don't hoard it anymore. I save the product empties so that, you know, when I do a blog post, or in this case a video like this, I have a good amount of products to talk about, you know? So some disclosures, disclaimers, you know, things you need to know before I even get started. One, just because I didn't finish a product doesn't mean that it's not good. Some products I just never get around to finishing because either it's something I don't use very often, something that doesn't need to be used very often, and then also there's the fact that, you know, I've been a beauty influencer before they even called us influencers. So I have a lot of relationships with brands. Brands send me things all the time. I'm always testing new things. I might even be testing things just so, you know, you guys know my thoughts on it. And it might not even necessarily be something that I need to use in my routine. So, you know, sometimes things don't get used up, but these got used up. And I figured it's you should see how Cat Williams was out. He was like, yo, oh, he's starting to come back. He was like, I don't know what you trying to be on, but I ain't about to be part of it. But thankfully, these were empty. I'm going to put these in categories. So we have hair, we have makeup, and we have skincare. Now, since makeup is the smallest category, which makes sense, we'll start with that first. So, two makeup products that I have finished recently. The NARS Soft Matte Concealer in Almond. You know, I like sometimes to say Almond because it reminds me of Almondy from that Martin episode when he was in DMV. I use this to, you know, highlight. I love the texture of it. I actually bought a new one to replace this one, forgetting that I had a bunch of the Bobbi Brown Golden, well, it's the Bobbi Brown Creamy Concealer. The shade I wear is Golden. I forgot that I bought a bunch of those when they were on sale because Bobbi Brown no longer sells them in the little single pots. Now, you know, it's the compact with the powder and the cream concealer, and I never use the powder, so it's just like, but I bought a bunch of the creamy concealer singles in Golden. So I won't buy another one again after I finish the second one because I have all of those Bobbi Brown ones that I need to use up. The next beauty product that I have finished recently is the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer. I wear the shade Brunette. I finished a lot of these. As a matter of fact, I'll link to my blog where you can see like the series because I think I'm up to like volume 8 already on it. So you can see like what other products I've finished over, you know, over time. But love this for my brow pencil. I guess you can say I have full brows, but there are areas that are sparse, and I like this to fill in those areas. This is a great dupe for the Anastasia Brow Wiz, which I also love, but the Anastasia Brow Wiz, you know, it's 20 bucks, and if I can get a good BOGO, buy one, get one half off on these, I can get two for less than the price of one Anastasia Brow Wiz, so that's that on that, and let us move on to hair. In the hair category, I tend to finish hair. I would say it makes more sense to finish hair products than like makeup products because makeup just be lasting. But you know, there's certain things that you need to toss after a certain while. I think I have a blog post on that. If I don't have a blog post on that, you could easily Google and see, you know, when to throw away makeup products. It's important to know that because you don't want to be putting stuff, especially stuff that's going in your eye. But this is probably like, I don't know, the 10th, well not 10th, I'm exaggerating, maybe like the 3rd or 4th time that I have finished products from the Pantene Gold series line. This time around I've finished the Hydrating Buttercream and the Leave-On Detangling Milk. I have a video where I was doing like a bunch of different hairs, well not a bunch, 3 different hairstyles using this line. I love this line. I love the smell. I love the way that it makes my hair feel soft and moisturized after I use it. I tend to use, you know, well, not all of them, but most of a majority of the products in the line. I don't tend to really use co-wash, but you know, from this line I use the shampoo, The conditioner I usually use to detangle my hair before I shampoo. I've used the treatment mask. I've used obviously these two, the cream, the buttercream, and the detangling milk. I like the oil. The oil you need just like, as a matter of fact, like I have 3 or 4 things of the oil because they've sent so many of them. And I'm like nowhere even, and I use the oil pretty often, like, cause I'll do, you know, detangling milk, the buttercream, and then I'll put a little bit of oil, after. I don't even think I put a dent in the first bottle of oil that they gave me. That's just like how little oil you need for, you know, in the Pantene oil. Yeah, I don't tend to use co-washes. They're just not, you know, part of my routine. And then another hair product that I have finished recently from the Fro the Culture collection, Main Choice. This smells like cake batter, and I love hair products that smell like food. There's like a scientific, this thing, I saw it on Dr. Oz, where smelling something that you're craving is enough to satisfy that craving without actually having to eat it. And I can attest to that. I mean, not in recent years because I've just been giving it eaten. But when I was more serious about the foods that I was putting into my mouth and into my body, like especially way back when I worked a corporate job, and like they would bring all kinds of crap, donuts, pizza, like all kinds of crap. And I would want some, but I knew like if I had one, like I wouldn't be able to stop eating. So I would just, they used to make fun of me, but whatever. I would just smell the donuts, and it was enough for me to not have to actually eat one, which, you know. Anyway, this smells really good. It smells like cake batter. I like this line. I got this, I can't remember if I bought this or if it was sent to me. I've had some Main Choice products sent to me, and I've bought some, but I can't remember if this one was one of those. But one of my favorite products from this line is the Bold Buttery Gel. I still have a good amount of it left. I love it for twist outs. I didn't use it on this because I forgot it at home. That's a long story. I was at the hair salon, blah, 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 blah. But anyway, Bold Buttery Gel, Main Choice, Fro the Culture, is bomb. I like that because it gives me really good hold. Like I can twist it, you know, do a twist, take it out, and like the hair will still have definition in it like 3, 4, sometimes even 5 days later. I don't even have to do anything crazy before I go to bed. Like I can just like throw a bonnet on and just, you know, next day spritz my hair with a little water, fluff it out, and we're good, you know? Is that it for hair? Another hair product, the Head & Shoulders Royal Oils Daily Moisture Scalp Cream. These products have long names. But anyway, this is probably like my 3rd, maybe even my 4th bottle of this stuff that I have finished. Let me tell you something. First of all, when it comes to dandruff, like we are all born with the fungus that causes dandruff. We are all born with it. It's all on our scalp. The fungus that causes dandruff is already on your scalp. So there's no need to try and play somebody because they got dandruff, because we all got that fungus. But anyway, so I noticed that, you know, the girl get a little itchy, scratchy. But since I've been using this, and I've used other products in the line as well together, there's a review on the entire line, and you can see like my hair timeline, like the different hairstyles I've had over the years on my blog post, which I will link in the description box, so make sure you check that out. But since I have been using this, the itching has subsided. I want to say maybe like 80 to 90%. Like, this stuff is amazing. I especially like it when I have a protective style. I love that there's like this nozzle here. There's also a scalp spray that I like as well. The scalp spray I kind of use more like on demand. The scalp cream I tend to use, as the name denotes, daily. Doesn't revert the hair, so even I have obviously you can see I have natural hair, but when I have it worn, I'm wearing it, you know, when I flat iron it straight, if I put this in my scalp, it doesn't revert the hair, which is great. We don't want reversion in the hair when you want your hair to be straight. But this I usually wear when I have a protective style, and the nozzle makes it really easy to just kind of go in and, you know, in between the parts or whatever. I haven't worn weave in probably maybe a year. I haven't had a weave, but I've, you know, when I did, this was bomb for that. Even though I'm not wearing weave, it's still like after I'm done washing my hair, I make sure I put this in, you know, section it through my scalp, and then I kind of, you know, massage it in. But life saver. Now, there are a lot of things that like you grew up doing that you realize like that probably wasn't right. So I got to meet one of the Black scientists that helped create this line when I went to the P&G headquarters. Was that last year or 2 years ago? But anyway, a lot of times, you know, when they say just grease your scalp or just oil your scalp, they showed us that that can make the problem worse. And they showed it to us in like the lab, like, you know, like, yeah, that might make it worse. And I kind of can anecdotally co-sign that, because sometimes I'll put the oil in and it's like, okay, it feels okay for now, but then it's like, we're still itching. So me likey a lot. Moving on to skincare. Skincare products are things that I usually tend to use more of and, you know, finish them up faster than anything else. So let's get into some skincare products that I have finished recently. So from the MURAD Retinol line, the Resurgence line, I have finished the Renewing Cleansing Cream and the Retinol Youth Renewal Serum. So I like this line. I remember I'm such a like, I don't want to say nerd, but maybe like, I don't know. So probably about 10 years ago, maybe more than 10 years ago, I was probably like 23 or so, and my sisters are older than me, but there's a good age gap, right? So when I was 23, my sister must have been like 31, 32, and well, one of my sisters. Her friend was using this line and I loved how like glowing and beautiful and radiant her skin was looking, and I wanted to try it too. So I went and I probably got samples from Sephora, or knowing me back in my 20s when I was being like reckless with my budget, I probably actually bought full-size products. Or maybe even like a kit or something. Child, that was not for my skin. My skin was so dry after using it. I was not radiant. I was not glowing like her. My skin was dry, which just goes to, you know, the point of just because somebody likes something or it works for someone doesn't mean it's going to work for you at that time. So now that I am, you know, 37, I'll be 38 and just like, I don't know, sneeze and I'll be 38 because, you know, August 26th, Virgos, holla. But, you know, now my skin is different than it was when I was 23. I do need more, you know, products that are more hydrating. I need products that, although I have oily skin. So now that I'm getting older, my skin is it's still oily, but it's not as oily as it was when I was 23. The products that I need in my routine now, obviously different from when I was 23. I need things that are more hydrating. I need things that speak to, you know, what my skin is doing right now. And I want to, you know, preserve what I have. So now this line actually works really well for me. I like this moisturizer. I like this cleanser because it helps to get my skin nice and clean, but it doesn't strip it of its oil. If I'm wearing makeup, like today I'm wearing makeup, I will use a cleansing oil first to get, you know, get the makeup off, or rinse that off, and then I would use this. Every now and again I'll switch in a deep cleanser. But normally my day-to-day cleanser is this one, or sometimes in the summer, like if I start to notice that I'm breaking out, I will switch in with the MURAD Acne Cleanser. So this serum I started using maybe about 2 years ago, because I went to Dr. Michelle Henry, my beautiful dermatologist, and she's like, you know, you've got some pores, some visible pores on your face, or like on your cheeks, and while you cannot get rid of pores and you can't shrink their size, there's certain things you can do, like, you know, keep them as clean as possible, and, you know, make sure that the skin's all, you know, you make sure you're doing things to make the skin nice and taut. You can't change the size, and, you know, you can't get rid of them, but, you know, you do the good things to them. So I started using this when she told me to start using a retinol. I think that I may... Well, there's a product that I know that's coming out that I can't say anything about, so I'm kind of waiting for them to come out with it so I can start using that. And then obviously when it comes out, I'll let you know. But we'll talk down the line when that product comes out. I don't want to say too much. Another skincare product that I have finished, and this is probably like my third one, this Olay Luminous Micellar Water. So I don't use micellar water every day. This is something that I use, like, again, if I'm wearing makeup. And although I'm a beauty influencer and you see me on camera here with makeup on pretty often, I don't wear makeup that often. A lot of times, and I don't even do like light makeup looks, because to me, I feel like if I'm gonna do light makeup, I might as well do no makeup at all. So, like, those are my two extremes. Either no makeup at all, or all the makeup. But when I'm wearing all the makeup, like I said before, I do a double cleanse. I'll do a cleansing oil, and then I'll do my gel-based or cream-based cleanser. And then sometimes, especially like if I'm wearing my hair straight, or if I've like had my hair and I slick back, or whatever hairstyle I have and I don't need water splashing up on my edges, I'll take a cotton pad with some micellar water, and then I'll go around the edges just to make sure I get off all the traces of makeup. And I like this one because it has the pump, and the micellar water itself just feels nice and gentle. It doesn't have any like harsh ingredients in it that's like interferes with my skin. And again, it gets all the traces of makeup from like my hairline without messing up my edges. Another Olay product that I have finished recently, the Olay Regenerist Micro-Sculpting Cream. I use the fragrance free. So before I started using this, and I started using this probably about 2 years ago, regularly. Before I started using this, I was paying all kinds of exorbitant amounts of money for moisturizer, nighttime moisturizer. And then, I started working with Olay, and they gave me one to try, and I was like, yo, this is popping. And the fact that I can get this, and I rebought one already, yeah, I have a relationship with them, but they take too long to send products, and like, when I need my stuff, I need my stuff. So I went on Amazon, and it was like 17, 18 bucks for a moisturizer that has chock full of niacinamide. Niacinamide, aka vitamin B3. It's an ingredient that helps to, keep the skin firm, keep the skin taut, it helps to even the skin tone. It helps with evening the skin texture. So niacinamide does so many amazing things. So vitamin B3 is also found in kale, and you would need like 2,500 cups of kale to equal the amount of B3 that is in one jar. So I love that, and I love anytime that I can, have my budget. Like, I spend money on products, but when I don't need to spend money on products, I don't spend money on products. So I love that moisturizer for that, and I use that at nighttime. Then I just bought this, and this is already done. This is the Shiseido Ultimate Sun Protection Lotion, SPF 50. It's for face and body. It's water resistant, but when you see water resistant with sunscreen, if you go in to take a dip in the pool, or if you happen to walk by and there's like a super soaker party and you get caught up in that, you still want to reapply your sunscreen, because that water can break it down. But anyway, this is for face and body. I only use this on body, which is exactly why it's done so quickly. This was a 1.6 ounce. I got this at Ulta. It has a nice fragrance to it, but the fragrance made me not want to put it on my face, like not even to like try it, because sometimes I don't really have sensitive skin, but fragrance can be an irritating ingredient for some people, and I just try to not have so much fragrance in my products that go on my face. But on the body, I like this. I love the fragrance on my body, and I love that it didn't leave like an ashy film. It sunk right in. It didn't feel greasy. As a matter of fact, there's a video on more sunscreens that don't leave that white cast, so make sure you check that out. I'll link it in the description box and put it up here in the cards. And I think that is it. I feel like I'm missing something. My bad if I look like my scarf is different, my hair is different, my makeup, the light, the angle and everything looks different, because it probably is different. After I had signed off of this video, I done took the scarf off, took the dress off, turned everything off, closed the blinds, whatnot. And then remember when I dropped the stuff on the floor, I found this on the floor, and I was like, I forgot to include this. So anyways, this is one of my favorite products this summer, the Olay Sun Shine Protection SPF 35. So this is a sunscreen product that you can wear on its own, which is how I wear it, or you can wear it over your moisturizer. So there's a lot of videos on this already. There's a wear test in Tulum. What else? There's a bunch of videos where I included this, but bomb. I really like this, and again, like, I like the price because I was using my the MURAD oil control mattifier, which I will still continue to use because I still have like a bottle and a half of some, and I'm like, you know, I'm gonna get my money's worth. But I like that this does like the similar kind of mattifying, gives me the sun protection. This one's a 35 though, the other one's a 15, but not that 15 and 35 are that big of a jump. The percentage point is probably maybe somewhere around like 2 to 3%, maybe 4% difference between a 15 and a 35. But I like it. It's not ashy, it's not gonna look ashy on your skin. It's very lightweight, so it's not gonna feel heavy. It sinks right in, like, it's on! Oh, I'm definitely not framed the same as I was before. My bad, but I had to include it. And I bought one to replace it. Because, again, sometimes the Olay people take too long to send me my products when I need it. So I was just like, let me just go on Amazon and go on ahead and get it. And you can buy it directly from the brands. It's not like you're buying it from like some weird seller who has expired products, you know? But let's keep the conversation going. What beauty products have you finished recently? Let me know in the comments. Also, if you haven't finished a beauty product recently, name a product that you're like, oh my god, I can't get rid of this stuff. Like, it just keeps lasting and lasting and lasting. And hopefully it's not expired. But, you know, tell me about that as well. Make sure you follow me on social. I'll have the links in the description box. And also in the description box will be links to, you know, the wonderful black woman-owned company where I've gotten this turban, the links to the earrings. I don't know if the earrings will still be available, but I'll put a link, and you know, if you can get it, great. But I love these earrings. I think I might get a backup. So before I even put the link up, let me go get another pair. And I will see you fine folks in my next video. Bye guys.